Hello Libra, and welcome to Positive Light Tarot. My name is Tracy and I am so happy that you are here with me this week. This is your weekly reading for June 23rd to the 29th. We are going to get right into your reading. So those of you that are new to my channel, I want to welcome you. For those that are returning, welcome back. I want to thank you very, very much for all of your shares, likes, subscriptions. It costs nothing to subscribe to my channel. I don't charge any membership fees or anything, so there is no charge. So that your support is greatly appreciated. Now, when you leave comments, it helps me connect with your energy, so I thank you very much for that as well. We are going to get right into your energy readings, and then, of course, we'll get tarot cards and angel messages as well. But we do need to keep in mind that this is a very powerful week with new moon energy. So we have new moon in Cancer on the 25th. Great time to set those new intentions, whether it's through visions, through journalizing, through dream boards, again, or even just talking out loud and communicating when we're at our best and most peaceful time. Again, this new moon in Cancer is all about emotional growth and inner work, so there could be a lot of that going on internally for you at this time. It's time to nurture yourself and others, but definitely, thinking about how to nurture yourself as well. For some of us, it could be looking at our past with a new eyes, because when we look at our past and we can let certain things go, it allows us to open up to new possibilities. So Libra, let's get your angel message. We're going to reveal it at the end of the reading. We're going to see how it ties in this whole reading. So Spirit, angels, guides, angel message, and it's this one here. And we will reveal that at the end of the reading. Let's get into these incoming energies. When I was doing your pre-shuffle, because before I go on camera, I meditate, I pre-shuffle. And when I'm pre-shuffling, certain cards will come out. The only cards that came out for you was Great Gratitude, number 4. And I think that that's very interesting because there is something that in your energies right now, you are very grateful and very appreciative of. Maybe it's a person in your life. Maybe maybe somebody's showing you some unconditional support and love right now, especially for those of you that may need it. And because of that, you're just feeling a great sense of appreciation. It's almost as if you're looking at your life from an emotional perspective, and that could have a lot to do with the new moon energy that's starting to transpire. But I really feel like because you're looking at things from a new emotional level, that you are really grateful and appreciative of everything that you have, everything that you've worked hard for, the opportunities that have presented themselves, the ones that you've let go and the ones that you've embraced. And again, that could be opportunities, that could be people as well. Great sense of appreciation. All right, Libra. Let's see. Spirit, angels, guides, incoming energies for the beautiful sign Libra. We've got two energies. All right. Your higher self is calling out to you. There is definitely a message that is definitely around you right now. Your higher self is your intuition. It is, really number 2, spirit. That's the number. It is partnering with your inner soul and your inner connection. There definitely is something that is urging you to connect with your gut feeling. And again, it could be through messages. It could be through spiritual messages. Your higher self has something it wants to share with you, and you really need to be open to receive these messages. Now, for some of you in your current energies, number 3, consciousness, we've got dark thoughts, and dark thoughts are part of human nature. They're part of what goes on in our life because we don't always know what is going to take place. We don't have a crystal ball. We don't know exactly when we make choices and decisions where that's going to lead us. Uncertainty is what causes dark thoughts, and it's part, again, of really, it's part of who we are. And there's some times in life where we feel a little bit more in the dark than others. But I think that this is something that your angels are trying to say, there's a way to alleviate the dark thoughts that go on in your mind. And the best way to do that is to trust in your higher self, because right now, there is a support system around you that is pretty darn incredible. And I really feel they're calling out to you. And I think that by trusting in this, you will release yourself from any negative talk, any negative feedback, any negative thought processes. Again, I think that this is something that can just, you can feel like the negative energy or the negative thoughts are starting to take over. And if you can quickly say, you know what? I'm in touch with my higher self. I am embracing the spiritual gifts that are being sent my way. And I think that you will be able to alleviate whatever it is that you feel might be looming You know, there could be, again, dark thoughts come when there's heavy decisions and heavy burdens that are weighing upon us. And this could be a time where that is happening for you. Let's look at, now this will all make more sense. Let's look at your current energies, because this is definitely going to help kind of give us a better understanding as why are these dark thoughts here? Why are they coming in? We've got milestone number 6, events. You know, you are hitting milestones in your career, in your relationships. Maybe it's maybe it's your birthday, you know, but there's some sort of event where it's a milestone. And I mean, these are pleasurable times. These can be very pleasurable times. But again, when we hit certain milestones, sometimes we think to ourselves, okay, well, what's next? You know, and the fear of the unknown with the dark thoughts could be, okay, well, I've hit that milestone with my career. Well, what's next for me now? Or, you know, we've been married for 35 years or 25 years. You know, what is the next part of our adventure? I just hit 50 or 60, you know, again, you know, like, you know, what is transpiring in my life? Again, when we don't know, there's a sense of uncertainty. It's those dark thoughts that sometimes can get the better of us. It is a fear. There is something that you're feeling fearful about. Maybe it's moving forward in your future. You could be at pivotal times in your life where it's like, okay, you know what? I am getting ready to retire. And now my whole life circumstance is going to change. I have no idea what the future holds for me when I no longer work. You know, what are my new aspirations? What is going to inspire me? You know, I mean, these could be questions. And there's a little bit of fear. Fear of what is next, right? I've hit the milestone. Now there's a little bit of fear is what's my next step? Now for some of you, number 7, deception. The fear of somebody deceiving you, that could be bringing on dark thoughts. Trusting in your higher self is going to give you the strength to be able to release yourself from whatever this energy is. For some of you, Libra, there could be a dark energy. You could feel like there's a heavy burden on you or a heavy energy that's circulating around you. Deception is a very strong word. And really what it can be is that you could feel like there could be maybe in the workplace, there could be a little bit of talk going on. And again, you know, is this really valid? Like, is this really something that you know, need to worry about? I don't think so. Sometimes I think there's that fear of deception kind of looming over us, especially if we're hitting milestones in our life. Because sometimes there's people that can be a little bit envious that, you know, wow, you know, they finally have hit these beautiful milestones. Now they're able to make choices and decisions and move in a direction that like breaks them free. So there could be definitely something. I feel like you're on the increase for sure because there was increase here as well. So you're increasing with this milestone event, but there's this sense of fear because you feel like maybe somebody is either talking about you or that there is this kind of secret that might be being passed on and you're trying to release yourself from whatever that dark thought is. You know what has to happen, Libra? We have to get to the source of the matter and we need to get so that we can fix it, so that we can get rid of it. Because this is not an energy that you should be holding on to because you have too many great things happening for you. All right, trust in your higher self. Your intuition will definitely guide you in the right direction as well. So let's find out. We're going to get 6 cards. We're starting with the first 2. Let's see. We have the higher self. Yeah, we talked about burdens. So very interesting. Let's start with the first 2 cards here. Number 9, the Hermit. This is a major arcana card. It is Virgo energy. When we look at the Hermit, it's really seeking wisdom. Sometimes that wisdom is deep within us. Sometimes we're looking for it from somebody as well. I think there's going to be some emotional growth and inner work that's going to be necessary on your part this week. And I think it's going to require you to isolate yourself for a very short period of time. Because by doing this, it's almost as if with the dark thoughts, you've blown out that candle that's inside and you can't seem to ignite that candle. You're not sure what it is you need to do to reignite the candle so that you can light yourself up from inside. And by being able to do that, you're really going to be able to set your goals better as well. You're going to feel more optimistic. You're going to feel more courageous. You're going to feel a great sense of power as well. And again, with doing some soul searching and really looking for that inner wisdom, that's getting in touch with your higher self as well. So this is going to be a very important week for you to do so. And, you know, sometimes it's important for us to take that break from the everyday, take that break from work, you know, or from our regular routine. change the cycle a little bit, because by changing that cycle, you will gain a better perspective on how to proceed, because I think there could be some choices and decisions that are going to be presented to you this week. Number 10, the 10 of Wands, is again the feeling of heavy responsibilities and heavy burdens on our back or on our shoulders. Now, as we start to, move towards the goals that we're setting for ourselves, we put these heavy responsibilities on ourselves. Maybe we put time limits on achievement. And when we do that, it becomes even harder and harder for us to really get to the destination, to that destination that we are really, that's calling out for us. It's time for you to release whatever those, talk positively to yourself, because you can release whatever these burdens are. They do not need to hold you hostage anymore. And I think that you are going to actually internalize a little bit more. And I think you will be the seeker of knowledge. That information that you are looking for is already within you. And it's just giving yourself the time and the permission to take some time out for yourself. Remember, this new moon in Cancer is about nurturing ourselves. Yes, nurturing others, but nurture yourself, because when you nurture yourself, you release the negative or the dark thoughts, and you bring yourself into the light. All right, let's get the next 2 cards, please. Positive changes and transformations. Here we go. So for some of you, the Knight of Coins is a very slow-moving knight. It's Earth energy, so Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, if you have those placements in your chart. But if you don't know your birth chart, it's okay. The Knight of Coins is meticulous, thought, very much about thought processes and planting seeds for the long term. This is not a quick fix with the Knight of Coins. This is working on something to bring achievement, maybe slowly but surely. Okay? And it has something to do with your emotions, because it's the 5 of Cups. So the 5 of Cups can feel like there's an emotional loss of some sort. It's something that you've been going through, and it could be linked to the dark thoughts. It could be something that happened around you. Libra, maybe there was something at work, or maybe there was something with the family or with relationships, even with friendships, where you feel like there's been this heavy emotional loss. And it could be something that you're working through. You're working through it, and it's taking a long time, and it puts a lot of toll, like it puts a lot of heavy burdens on you. And I feel like you are going through an emotional, it's more emotional burdens and that type of weight that's weighing on you right now. And it's going to require you to isolate yourself for a short period of time, because there is a perspective and there's an inner wisdom that's calling out to you. Your spirit is saying, you owe yourself this, Libra. This is the time for you, because you are going to heal from this 5 of Cups, slowly but surely. And the best thing about healing from something slowly is that you're able to take it all in, go through the process, and then release it. All right, let's see. Let's get the last 2 cards, and then we're going to clarify all of these to get a better understanding. So Libra, what do we have here? Thank you, and thank you. You're actually showing up in your own reading here, but let's start with the 2 of Wands. See, there's a path that's requiring a decision. And the 2 of Wands is really about really wanting to progress forward, really wanting to release that old energy and bring in new energy. But by doing that, you're going to have to make some sort of choice or decision, and the path is leading you towards that. You need to either go left or you need to go right, and you certainly need to take charge here. We want to see, Libra, yourself, making progress. Progress comes from identifying what it is that you need to maybe you need to set a plan. And when you set that plan, and that could require you isolating yourself a little bit to do some deep self-introspection, by tapping into your higher self and really being in touch with what your heart truly desires and what you truly want out of life, it releases the dark thoughts. And once we start feeling more positive, we're allowed to heal, and we're allowed to lift those burdens, and we're allowed to release that. And then it really brings a sense of freedom and liberation when it's time to make choices. This 2 of Wands is about, you've got the world in the palm of your hands, and this is the time that you can start making some important choices in your life. But you don't want to be standing there just holding this world in the palm of your hands. You want to start taking some steps towards that. The Queen of Swords, I'm happy to see in your reading, because not only does it represent you, Libra, being of air sign, And again, no gender with the cards, but I also feel like it really is getting to the truth of everything. You know, when we feel sometimes in life, whether it's people or whether it's situations in life where we look back on and we say, you know, I really feel like I was deceived in that sense of, you know, my perspective is that I felt deception there, you know, and it's been something that's really been eating at me, and it's been very fearful for me because I don't want to repeat the pattern. I want to be able to let that go. Your higher self is what's going to help connect you to an energy that's more positive, and that comes with seeing things from a truthful perspective as well. The Queen of Swords is very, very direct. Does not really, you know, when they're communicating with you, whether it's a supportive connection or whether this is an energy of you, a representation of you, you yourself are having to be direct with your own feelings. You're having to really, again, take off all the masks and really look at the situation as productively as you possibly can. And, you know, maybe not filtering things through. You know, sometimes we have to be a little bit harsh with ourselves so that we can bounce ourselves out of these emotional blockages, because there's something that you're working on long term. You're repairing or healing something from long term, and it is going to require you getting to the truth of something. By revealing that truth is going to set you free, and it's going to help you walk in a new path. Let's get your clarifying cards. Let's find out a little bit more here. We've got the Hermit, number 9, and the 10 of Wands. We're going to do some self-introspection. We're going to really do some soul searching, because by giving ourselves permission to be able to do that, we're going to release some burdens. Things we've been weighing on our minds, weighing on our hearts for a very long time. And it's the Three of Swords. For some of you, this definitely is a deception or a sadness or a heartbreak of some sort. Now, the heartbreaks don't have to be love. They can be family issues. They can be sibling issues. Siblings coming through for some of you. There could be like something going on. It could be divorce. It could be a separation with love, right? It could be a contract at work. It could be a financial contract, something that you were really counting on. Something that was causing a lot of burdens for you. All right, whether again it's relationships of all sorts can cause burdens, especially if we're the ones that are relied upon and taking on the most responsibility for it. This Three of Swords is actually the beginning stages of healing. The healing begins when you take some time out for yourself, because this is a time for you to discover something new about yourself. There's a new sense of gratitude. There's a new sense of appreciation about all the circumstances that you've gone through. Maybe reevaluating your past, because what it's going to do is it's going to help you release that fear. And when you release the fear, you release the dark thoughts. And then what it does is it opens you up to your third eye, protection, and your higher self. The Knight of Coins and the Five of Cups. Let's find out what's going on with the Knight of Coins and the Five of Cups. And you got the Nine of Pentacles. A lot of independence in the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is about working diligently towards your goals. The Nine of Pentacles, this character, this person is incredibly knowledgeable, and they use their knowledge to bring financial gain. So I feel like there's some sort of talent or some unique skill that you have that is bringing a lot of finances your way. Now, with the Five of Cups, I think that the Five of Cups is your emotional attachment to something in your life that you're trying to figure out how to release. Because when we look at the Five of Cups, again, it has a lot more to do with our emotional state than anything else. And I feel like there's 3 cups which could be connected to the Three of Swords. There's 3 cups that you're sort of facing towards, and you're kind of in grief. You're trying to let go, you're trying to heal from. And behind you are these 2 beautiful cups where the sun and the light is illuminating onto them. It's lighting up, which shows that there's a lot of hope here. So I think your emotions are going through a transformation, and I think that you're healing from something, and I think that it's something that you could be solely doing on your own. With the Nine of Pentacles, it's about independence. The 9, the Hermit, is also about soul searching, deep introspection, and the number 9 there is also about sort of independence. You're doing things on your own. You're creating your own success here. You're doing some internalization, and I feel like a lot of you are doing some internal work. And I think that you're going to see a lot of benefits come your way because of this internal healing that you're doing. Two of Wands and the Queen of Swords. I think the Queen of Swords is bringing you insight. I think she's bringing truth to the matter that's opening up your path, a new path that is saying you have got the world in the palm of your hands. I don't want you to sit around waiting for this world to happen. You've got to make it happen. And I think that this is what's happening. And although we can have dark thoughts because we're afraid of change, you're going to actually break free from that with that Queen of Swords energy. Getting to the truth, it brings a sense of victory. And then you've got the Two of Cups, spiritual connection. It is your higher self. It is your soulmate. It is your positive connections around you. It's a supportive system, whether it's connections that are love related, whether the love is intimate love, platonic love, friendships, family relationships. It could be any type of connection with another human, or maybe not even, could be spirit, where you're on the same spiritual path, you have the same visions, you have the same morals and standards, and everything kind of meshes quite well together. So with that being said, I feel like there could be some decisions about some sort of partnership for some of you Libra. It's like, okay, you know what? We got to take things maybe to the next level. Maybe if it's a business partnership, maybe it's a love partnership, but there's something that needs to be elevated here. And it comes with you realizing your own truth, your own sense of what you want in life to bring balance and peace and harmony to your life. All right, so you've got a pretty intense reading this week. Let's find out what your angels would like to share. These are supportive messages, some insight, maybe some light to a matter. Let's find out. Spirit angels, guides, for the beautiful sign Libra. We've got one there, two. Is there any more? Two messages. Start with the first one here. It's Jovial number 5, pink. It's about compassion. And I'm not shocked to see this because it says self-care. Very important because, again, I think this is a nurturing time for you to nurture yourself. Some of you, you will be looking at your past with a new set of eyes. And that comes from taking that time to that hermit card, right? To really look at things from a new perspective as well. It's about simplification. Let's simplify things in my life. I don't want things to be so complicated. I want to bring more balance, bring peace. And there's a great sense of beauty around you. And Libra, you do really attract that beauty abundance as well. You're ruled by Venus. Venus in the major arcana is the beautiful Empress card. So you are really showing this beautiful sense of beauty around you. But you need to simplify things in your life, because by simplifying things, you release the burdens. You release the sadness. You bring more structure. You stop overthinking. You start to really discover something new that I think that you maybe didn't even know that you had the capability of being able to achieve. And I think it's something that's really going to open up a lot of compassion. The next card you have here is have the confidence. So time to have confidence, number 25. There's a great deal of strength around you. Balance, which is incredibly important to you, Libra. Being prepared. Now, the Knight of Coins that's in your reading is about being prepared. And it's about tranquility. Having peace in your life. That peace is going to come because you are going to be doing some internalizing something to bring your higher self and what you truly want out into the open. Then you're going to see a light shining, and that light is going to shine in a direction that's going to open up a path for you that is going to bring you supportive connections, stronger relationships, better communication, truth. It's going to release your fear of any deception around you, and it's going to bring peace and tranquility into your life as well. All right, we're going to close out your reading now. So let's see. Let's look if we've got any reciprocating cards. We've got a couple of 9s. So I think 9s are important, and I think 2s are important. So let's keep 2s and 9s as important numbers this week. If you do see any repetition in those numbers, it is your angels trying to relay some messages to you as well. Let's look at your last card here. And you've got 1-4-4-1. And I think that's very interesting. So number 1, number 4, number 14, number 44, number 41. Any of those combinations, it's messages that are coming through. And look, it's about unique skills. And we talked about your unique skills with the 9 of Pentacles that's in the center of your reading. I think you have more uniqueness than you even realize. This is all about your life goals, right? You're on a mission. And that mission comes from doing that deep introspection. There's a sense of self here, and I think you're realizing something new about your internal strength. Honesty, right? And important projects, there's something very important going on. It's that time it's that time of intense self-development. Focus your mind on your craft. You already have what it takes to succeed, but practice makes you a master. It also serves to find your true purpose. Leveling up in your career or business is of priority to you right now. And that very well could be. Maybe you're ready to reach a certain milestone within your establishment. So that could also be what's going on. And maybe it's that fear of, wow, I'm taking on new responsibilities. How do I go about doing that? And you know, that's where that deception lies, because if we take the word deception out of it and we look at just the illustration, it's like people at work or people gossiping, people saying things, because people talk when you know, sometimes things start to unfold nicely for us. I mean, some people talk positively and sometimes other people talk out of envy. But I think your unique skills are really shining through this week, and I think this is bringing you a greater sense of inner development as well, a better understanding of who you are and what it is that you can bring to the table to bring success your way. Libra, I want to thank you so very much for joining me this week. Thank you for spending your time with me, because time is very precious, and the fact that you're here with me right to the end, I want to thank you. Please leave comments. I appreciate it, and I do read every single comment, so thank you so very much. Until next week, sending love, light, and positive vibes.